Hello everyone, welcome to this fantastic day of Danganronpa. Yeah, last time we left off on, Genocide Jill knowing exactly what happened, knowing somewhat what happened in the thing, and, basically, she's reminded that it does indeed look the same. And now, we were shown the video that was shown as if the world has gone to shit. But, yeah, so now we're just getting to this part on, and they actually continue, because there's really not much else to say than that the mastermind is Junko Inoshima, and now she's sitting in front of us, but yeah, let's continue.
Then you remember all the stuff it's showing?
Of course I do!
So you didn't lose your memory after all.
Then why didn't you say something earlier? I only answer questions when someone bothers to ask me. I'm the quiet type, you know?
You're introvert?
Oh my god, she's the worst liar in the world.
More importantly,
Huh.
if you really do remember, what is it?
Worst liar in the world, huh?
Huh? What's the matter, Master? Do you really not remember the tragedy?
No.
A tragedy?
Oh no! You seriously forgot? Maybe I can help you remember. With a kiss.
Yeah, give me a kiss.
Just answer the question. What happened out there?
Your penis lost an inch.
Fuck!
Fuck!
Happened, or if it's still happening. But it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Yeah, I'm done. What?
Why is that phrase coming up now?
It's all because of that event. What is? Are you serious? I'm talking about the way the world is now.
Is now?
The world's been destroyed, get it?
Destroyed?
Explain yourself. Tell us everything you know.
Copy that, darling. Okay, so this big, awful, tragic event, they started just calling it the tragedy, happened about a year ago.
The best, big, awful, most tragic event in human history.
It was so big and
It didn't happen in real life.
murderous fiend went pale at the sight of it. I guess you could say what happened was man-made. But it was more on the level of a worldwide natural disaster.
I mean, who could make a monochrome with that fucking big?
Either way, there's no doubt that it was the biggest,
That is my baseball bat.
most tragic event in human history. And as a result, in basically no time flat, the world turned out the way it did, and that's that.
Alright, end of story.
There is to it? Come on. There wasn't a single concrete description in there.
Listen.
Well, it just so happens I don't know any of the specifics. Miss Moreau saw it all play out in real time, so why don't you ask her?
We already did, and she didn't know anything. That's why we're asking you.
I couldn't live up to Master's expectations! To die! To die! This is the true tragedy!
Okay, that's enough of your little lover's quarrel. Whatever happened, it doesn't matter at this exact point in time, right? The end justifies the means. Everything serves the outcome. In other words, the world has ended. That's the important thing.
Okay, Nix.
How can the world just end? It's the world.
Calm down. It's okay. There's no need to panic. Every living person will be dead in 100 years anyway. So the world ending isn't that big a deal.
Oh, come on. Now you're just being ridiculous.
Well, as long as we're being ridiculous, I have another ridiculous story to tell you.
Have you ever heard about the time where Kyoko started putting her hand in Makoto's crotch?
It's the story of the Tagami Corporation, which has given Byakuya's life all its meaning.
Bitch!
What? What did you say?
I'm glad to see you took the bait. You bit into it like a middle-aged secretary at an all-you-can-eat cake buffet.
I was gonna say he bit onto the bait like a carp,
Hey, so
but okay.
what do you think happened to the Togami family?
I think they fell.
Correct! Well done, peasant! But I didn't say anything yet.
Not you, the fucking audience, fucking dumbass.
I just got so fucking bored waiting, I couldn't help it. Even if you're wrong, eventually you'll figure it out, right? Till then, you're just going in circles.
Like that Post Malone song.
So, no matter what you pick, you get the right answer. Pretty innovative, don't you think?
Uh-huh.
But do you think it might be a disease? Getting bored so easy, I mean. Do you think there might be Sick.
Is there a disease based on being bored? I mean, I know being bored for your entire life is like a symptom of being depressed. So that's like really kind of like the only thing. But is there like a disorder like that? I just want to know. Or maybe she just has depression.
Anyway, like I was saying, Byakuya's entire lineage has been totally annihilated.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
You ever heard one in the pink, two in the stink? That's what happened to your family.
I can confirm that his entire family has died. Even the distant relatives. The Tagami name has perished.
Stop with these idiotic jokes.
I don't know. It's kind of hilarious.
So,
Makoto just like says that fucking out loud. Everyone's mouth just gasp.
the avatar of divine punishment?
You must learn your place, peasant. You are no longer the ultimate affluent progeny.
You know what's interesting is that I was looking up on YouTube about the affluent progeny instead of Beck. Apparently, I'm assuming that someone made a fanfiction of Makoto being it, which would probably be a little ridiculous, unless it was just like some fanfiction of Negami or something.
They couldn't possibly be gone. The Togami family is destined to guide the world.
Hell, there is no world anymore, remember? It got fucked a full year ago.
Like ass plow, the moon whipped out its dick and put it in the Earth's core.
Hold on. That doesn't make any sense.
Huh? I don't make sense.
There's no way that happened a year ago. I mean, we only came to this school a few weeks ago. If some kind of world-ending event happened a year ago, then how do you explain the totally normal world we were living in up till then?
Well, that was on just like 2 centimeters far from you. It looks pretty normal to you, but I could tell it was pretty bad.
Have you considered the possibility that you're mistaken about that?
No, that's wrong!
Mistaken.
Well, if I'm understanding you right, it sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before you arrived here.
Well, yeah. I mean, like he said, we just got here a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago? Ooh, I get it. You're saying that what happened 2 years ago actually happened more recently, right?
Yeah, like Makoto, you weren't there. You weren't with just with Sayaka in junior high. You were with everyone in junior high. It was kind of hot with you and Kyoko. Ah!
2 years ago?
Well, I mean, you guys all started attending Hope's Peak Academy 2 years ago.
I didn't, because this is a game. So no! Wait, what? 2 years ago? What is that?
What the hell is this chick trying to say?
I understand why you'd have trouble accepting it, but in the end, you can't deny the truth.
That pose is, you know, a bit too much.
And the truth is, everything is cause and effect. Deny that, and you may as well give yourself up to God. So, you must surely understand all the hints I've given you so far, right?
No.
What are the memories I took from you?
Oh, what are you doing here?
Come now, answer us. Answer with all your heart and soul.
How are we supposed to answer?
I just don't know what's going on anymore.
Still, we have to answer somehow. If we don't, everything ends here right now. The memories that were stolen from us. If what Jinko says is true, if we first came here 2 years ago, but the rest of us only remember getting here as weeks or so. So the memories she took from us would, I assume, our life at Hope's Peak, right? Yeah.
I got it!
I got it!
If we accept that what you say is true, then we've all lost our memories of the last 2 years after coming to this school.
Nope. Nope. No. Nope. No. I mean, no matter what anyone says,
Another correct answer.
Seriously? This routine again?
Well done, peasant.
We've lost 2 years worth of memories?
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, you know how much fucking technology I had to use?
That's right. You've already spent 2 full years here at Hope's Peak Academy. And that entire period of time is precisely what you've forgotten.
I don't remember the last 2 years of my life? That's not possible!
No, that's wrong! I want to feel that too. I don't want to believe it, but that's nothing but our desire. I don't want to believe. I want it to be impossible, but if it's the truth, then we have to accept it. And this is coming from Makoto, you know. Obviously the one who isn't going to get some reveal about him. Alright. No, it's between two. Actually, it's not between two, really. I know what I have to hit. Oh, fuck, I messed up.
I could never lose something like that.
Oh, yeah.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
No, it's wrong! Gotta rule my truth bullets!
Hero, there's something I'd like you to take a look at.
That you ignored for the past 2 times.
This notebook right here.
Huh? Hey, why is my name written on it?
Oh wait, that must be my twin!
I found it in the locker room on the 2nd floor. If you don't mind, could you take a look inside?
Sure, whatever you want. But I've never seen this notebook before in my life.
What's that? Is something wrong?
It's kinda similar. No, even more than that. This is absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt! But how is this? I don't remember ever writing in this thing! No! No way!
It looks like you actually did attend class here at Hope's Peak, but somehow, you forgot all about it.
Lies! It's all one big lie!
I don't want to believe it either. But there's also no explanation for this pocketbook.
And whose pocketbook is that?
Mine.
It's mine. And the handwriting inside is also mine. There's no doubt about it. But just like Hiro, I have no memory of ever writing in it.
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories?
After seeing all the evidence, do you have any choice but to acknowledge the truth?
Isn't it just so desperately dark? The mystery's solved, but it's like a goddamn funeral in here! Shit, man! I've never been to a funeral! Hell yes!
2 years of school life. How many moments of blossoming youth have you missed out on?
Oh no, Block remembers that blossoms are one of Kyoko's favorite
How many
things.
fun classes? How many school events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right?
Free time!
And on top of that, something tragically sad happened 1 year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Right before everyone's eyes, the world came crashing down.
Is there like a song lyric somewhere about that? The world came crashing down. I can't remember.
You absorbed all that despair, but then you forgot it all. And once you'd forgotten, you made the choice to subject yourselves to this killing game. Oh, and there's one other thing. To be even more precise, the memories you all lost were...
Actually, never mind. I'm bored. Explaining stuff is boring.
Depression is one hell of a drug.
What?
We are bored of this world. Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do. But then they always fizzle out.
And that's why I will prove you wrong by doing great things in the world.
This world is just so desperately fucking boring!
What are you talking about?
In a way, I'm jealous of all of you. To give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair.
Yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves! I'm sick of expositioning all this shit!
Figure out what?
Figure out where your memories come apart. That's at the heart of all of this.
Where our memories come apart. She's talking about the moment where we must have lost our memories? Can only think of one time, just after set foot. That's when I fainted!
The moment I lost my memories. I can't think of any time other than that day.
The day where I received my first blowjob. Oh, this is a nice school.
When I first came to the gates of this school and stepped foot in the main hall. When I passed out, I was overcome with a strange sensation.
Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh?
Yes.
So I don't know much about the details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right?
And your sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that? I guess it must have been something like that.
After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom with my head on a desk. I assumed not much time had passed since I'd collapsed in the main hall.
But instead, 2 whole years had gone by.
The reason it felt so short was because our memories of the time in between had been completely removed.
You got it, honey. 2 years of memories? Poof! Gone! Which means, of course...
When everyone met for the first time, it wasn't actually for the first time. Unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other,
But by that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school. That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
Yep, that's what they reveal. You were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together, and then you started killing each other.
I wonder if Leon putting like his hand like near Sayaka meant that Makoto actually did get Kyoko at like during the school year.
And it was also you could escape into a world that's already
It makes sense,
been
right?
annihilated.
Man, Makoto knew about the scars all along.
Terribly tragic tale.
Wait, I said that in my
If you
voice.
left now,
Maybe I knew all
there's
along.
nothing you could do to fix it.
Yeah.
You're the one who set things up to be like this.
I love you all so much.
What?
Once your school life here began, I thought about you constantly. It's only natural that I would fall in love.
So, since I love you guys so much, I'll tell you all about it. All about the idea we came up with as the ultimate despair. Our plan to bring despair to all mankind.
The ultimate despair? All mankind?
Let's go back in time 2 years, okay?
Man, Makoto was at the front gate.
Back to when everyone first came to this school. School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness. Oh boy, it was just the worst. Everyone was enjoying themselves so much. You were all having the time of your lives.
Supposedly Celeste and Fumi were actually really close friends in the past before them.
but that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year. Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy.
The tragedy!
All too soon, the world's days of peace came to a bloody end.
Oh shit!
And as you can imagine, the school was no exception. The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination of most of the students.
Like the ultimate botanist and the ultimate physicist?
What are you?
Hmm? What do you mean?
The most tragic event in human history, and the ultimate despair that caused it. I can't believe it's all because of just you and Mukuro. Was it some kind of organization? An angry mob? An incredibly motivated family?
You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing.
Yeah, very for us.
Despair is contagious, you know. It's almost like a natural phenomenon. Everyone is capable of it. And now the entire world has fallen into despair.
In other words, if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself.
That's what fucking the world is. There's gonna be despair and hope on two
I
sides.
just don't understand why.
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway, unrelated to the matter at hand.
Okay, so let's get back to the story. Hope's Peak had taken so much damage. You guys were the only survivors.
Okay.
The members of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy were the only ones left.
And then, something super neat happened!
So I'm assuming by like the phases that she has is basically kind of like every one of the members, cause like Junko with like crown is like Daka. Junko with glasses is Kyoko. This one is Aoi. Crazy ass Junko is Genocide Jill / Jack. I'm assuming this, and then depressed is like Toko or Tiny Hands more so, and Monokuma is like Hero. I mean, there really wasn't much that I could see for Hero.
Now pay attention, because this is important, and I'm only gonna say it once.
The only other sprite that we haven't seen will be coming up soon, I
But
think.
guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter. That's right. It was transformed into a shelter. I said it twice.
Now, someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become your prison. Do any of you know who that might have been?
The one who turned up speaking to was the Prime Minister, the Headmaster.
I got it. Could only have been the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to try and protect us.
Don't say his name.
To protect us from the despair and tragedy taking place outside. That's why he asked us to make that promise. To say that we were willing to live in this school forever.
We believe he had something like that in mind, yes. If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start.
Checking if I ever have this. Yeah, okay. There we go.
Yeah, the headmaster put that much faith in you.
And because we had that same hope, that's why we all agreed to live here forever.
But creating the shelter was also his single biggest mistake. It's laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea. He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school. So what was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair.
Of course, we have one character that proves that all wrong.
I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time.
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, all the exits. Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
You mean we trapped ourselves in here?
And then you forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were trapped in here.
Once you'd finished building your little shelter, it was time for me and Mukuro to get to work. And thus began the killing game.
Me and Mukuro had come here, spending the last 2 years waiting for that moment.
That moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax of our global despair plan.
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be a part of it.
You let us live? So we could go around killing each other? Is that what you're saying?
Why? Why would you do that?
Because this was so much more than a simple high school death match. Rather, it was a method to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck of hope in the world.
What are you saying?
Well, it would seem that there's a little bit left out there. A few souls unwilling to give up hope. So I thought I should show them, which is why
Well, why don't you tell me?
Naegi. What the mastermind did to show everyone in the outside world, that was... Hi, Jack. Don't run away from me!
Now I understand. You're talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
Uh-huh. That's exactly what I'm talking about. To show the world the murders taking place at this school. which was meant to be a symbol of hope.
That was the whole point of the ultimate despair. When I said climax, that was what I was talking about. The world watched as you fell into despair and began to kill each other one after another. Despair is as contagious as any disease. Any hope left turns to despair.
Isn't the power of television just amazing? By the way, since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come and rescue you.
I have to shit, but I've been trying to hold in a little bit because I know it will do damage if I hold on for too long, but I've been trying to get this done so I can go and take a shit.
Are you serious? But utilizing the heavy weaponry I installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them. Expelled them? I have to thank you all. They were a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs on the world. But in the end, I was able to give them the final despair. Death.
So you just used us? To bring despair to everyone in the outside world?
Well, sure, but I also gave you a second chance at life, right? So it's like, give and take.
Give and take? You're so full of shit!
Damn, Makoto, go at him.
And there's a reason I chose you guys to survive when all the other students were dropping like flies. I mean, we built up 2 years of memories together. You were all my treasured classmates.
Sorry, that's a lie. I just figured you'd despair even more when you found out a friend had betrayed you.
And that's the truth, which is what you wanted, right? So, does it make you feel utterly lost and hopeless? You solved the mystery, but despair at the truth, right?
Don't tell me. Did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery?
And if we did, then what? Our final desire for creating this world of despair was so we could experience one last class trial. If you were bold enough to solve the mystery, only to discover that the truth was utterly hopeless, how would you react? What would you do?
Shit in your next cereal bowl.
See? Discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to a sense of hope.
Well, that's true. However, despite what you say, we know what's gonna happen.
Truth can be full of despair, too. Like right fucking now.
Truth full of despair?
Not
That's...
to mention, all those motives I talked about were totally meaningless. I mean, with the world having ended and all.
Meaningless? Then we've been murdering each other for nothing?
And think about it. You chose to lock yourselves up here, then started murdering each other to get out.
We weren't just random strangers either. We were classmates. We'd spent 2 years together.
No, even I can't laugh at that.
That's fucked up.
We get it. We get it, okay? You're totally awesome, right? We get it already. So help us. I'll do anything. Just help me.
You calm the fuck down! Makoto like slaps him. Get on your knees, Sergeant.
Peasant begging for his life? Oh, how delightful. We've never witnessed such a travesty firsthand.
But I'm sorry to say, begging doesn't work on me.
Beggars aren't choosers.
All I want is despair, and there's no reason for it. And since there's no reason, there's no argument against it. There's just no understanding it. No argument, no understanding. What better definition of ultimate despair could there be?
Oh.
Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but there's no real reason for us to believe anything you have to say.
Oh yeah, and this is a spy that's basically Makoto.
Huh?
You say the world's fallen apart, but I haven't seen it for myself, so I don't acknowledge it. I don't accept it as the truth.
Until you see it with your own eyes. Truth and falsehood overlap one another. In other words, you're not unlike Schrodinger's cat right now. Is that what you're saying? If so, what then?
Are you saying you won't accept the truth until you can go outside and see for yourself? Well, you better not. You go out into that world and you're all goners for sure. Trust me, I'm not lying about any of this.
Well, even if it's all true, I refuse to give in. I refuse to lose to you. For the sake of everyone you've killed.
Huh? Everyone I've killed? What are you talking about? You're the ones who killed them!
But you're the one who caused it.
I didn't kill anyone. I simply gave you a little nudge in the right direction.
And that's all it took for you to start killing each other. You're nothing but bloodthirsty animals.
That's why anyone was murdered here, peasant.
Say what you want about hope, but we're all creatures of instinct, right? Hell yes!
Despair comes naturally.
That's funny as shit!
I accidentally said.
No! This isn't just some game to us. It's murder! Plain and simple. You stole our memories. Invented reasons for us to do it. You pushed us all into a corner. It's all your fault!
You certainly have a talent for passing the buck, don't you? That must be your hope, huh? But we don't have much time left to keep up this banter. We have to draw things to a close soon.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the vote, of course. You didn't forget about that little rule, did ya? Oh, and also, since this will be the last vote, I decided to change the rules.
What?
You guys so full of hope, and me so full of despair. I've decided to have you vote which one will be punished. If even one of you votes to punish Hope, well then, I'll consider that a win for me, and punish everyone on the side of Hope.
Even if it's just one person?
Oh, but don't worry, I won't be voting, of course.
Even if you don't, you've still got the upper hand in all this!
It's okay. Nobody would actually vote to kill themselves, right?
Oh, let me just mention one more thing. When I win, to punish you guys, you'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No fighting, no killing. That's your punishment.
What?
You mean, we just...
We'd have to just live here?
She's saying she'll let us live.
If you're not happy with that, then go ahead and punish me. And make your way to the outside world.
Enter a world fallen from grace, where only despair exists, where you'd likely be dead within a day.
What are you saying? So no matter what, we're doomed.
Wait a sec! I just got hit with an inspiration bomb!
Aw, shit!
Dying of old age is boring as shit, right? The audience at home isn't gonna dig that at all! So, here's what'll happen. One of you will get to experience an instant, super impressive punishment!
What? You can't just...
Do you mean to say you'll execute one of us?
And I get to decide who's gonna have to suck it down!
She's obviously gonna go pick Plotimer Boy because he's the only one not giving in.
Makoto, you're up!
Me?
Yeah, you've been acting up, causing all kinds of trouble. I hate you!
So let me make this clear. Everyone has two choices in front of them. If a single person votes for Hope to be punished, then only Makoto will receive a harsh punishment, and the rest of you will live here in peace.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
What I'm saying is, if you sacrifice Makoto, the rest of you will get to live out your lives.
Sacrifice me? But that's...
What? Has your resolve softened? Have you lost confidence? Are you afraid of being punished? Don't you have faith in your friends?
No, that's not it.
It's okay. You're right to be afraid. It would seem all of those around you have realized the futility of going against me.
Ah, shit.
Guys?
It's so beautiful. Your lovely faces, eroded by despair, have...
Besides,
Ah, damn it.
Yoko, you could never betray your father, could you?
What?
I mean, the headmaster's only wish was that all of you would survive, right? That's why he tried to trap you all here after all. The least you can do is try to honor your dead father's wishes.
I think. Okay, hold on. Last time Kyoko was super pissed off at her father. She wanted to sever all ties. So, like, Kyoko, why don't you get your ass on my side and give me a blowjob and I'll fucking kick this fucking comeback chicken.
Kyoko!
One person's despair is enough to seal your fate. Isn't that just the most hopeless outcome ever?
So, who do you think's gonna give in? Whose despair is gonna sign your death warrant?
No one. Nobody's gonna give in to despair! We're not gonna lose to you!
So boring. Stubborn till the very end, huh? Well, that's fine. Then let's just hurry up and get it over with. It's time for the final vote. Everything will come to an end. Your stupid hope. And your stupid life.
She's definitely pissed off. The final vote! This is it! The ultimate confrontation! I have to show everyone. I have to make them remember! I have to convince them not to give up. To live in despair. That's not really living at all! Alright, here we go. It's the final make your argument. Also, you don't use these bullets.
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die,
Yeah, there's like tons of fucking...
that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
Don't lose hope now!
All my fortune-telling senses are telling me not to leave this place. But to live means moving forward, right? So even if it's hard, even if we're scared, we don't have any choice, do we? I want to keep on living. I want to open the next door. There must be something new waiting for me.
It's pretty obvious who Makoto is.
That's why. No matter what, I need to get out of here. The whole fortune-telling thing doesn't matter anymore. What matters is my own gut feelings.
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
I've decided to have
And I got
faith in
shit and
myself.
piss, and yet I'm letting this go on.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here
Here's your air
is
purifier.
thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
Don't lose hope now!
I've been thinking about all this, and I was thinking, at a time like this, what would Sakura do? You only get stronger by taking adversity by the horns. That sounds like something she'd say, right? No. I think that's definitely what she'd say, which is why yeah! I've made up my mind!
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
I wish there was like a rerun button, because if you mess up, you have
By the way, the
you
air
take
outside
damage
is
if you
totally
mess up.
polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here
You have to go by order,
is
so you can't
thanks to
really
the
skip.
air purifiers in the physics lab.
Say whatever you want. I've made my decision.
I'm going
If I die,
to
the
assert to
purifiers will fix
resist
your
you.
fault. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
Meh.
Don't lose hope now!
I don't care either way. I'm fine with whichever one is more interesting. Actually, I may not look like it, but I always hated school. Hell, no matter how I look, still hate it. Oh, but no matter what, Master has to come along with us.
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
Say whatever you want. I've made my decision.
If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt.
Yeah, this has to go on for a long time.
As soon as I die, the communal life
But it'll
of
be
all
hype
living
once
will
we
come
get
to
through
an end.
Yaku's thing.
I can keep on living as long as I have my master's love.
All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting.
Don't lose hope now.
What's the matter? You're not actually trying to encourage me, are you? Ridiculous. It never even crossed my mind that I might give in to despair.
Shut up!
Don't misunderstand me. I couldn't care in the slightest what happens to you. I just have to keep my word. I swore I would end the life of the Mastermind. Besides, the Togami family isn't dead, because I'm still alive. So until I can restore the Togami family and bring it greater glory than it's ever known...
Oh boy.
Give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know.
The hype music.
The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
Just like fucks up.
Say whatever you want. I've made my decision.
You know, I've never used the little thing that slows down so you can hit the bullets. I always like...
In other words,
mainly because I don't know what the button is, or like the keyboard button or something.
come to an end.
In case anyone comes by this, if you hear this, can anyone please tell me that? I know it won't matter, but maybe in the other games if it's still a thing, I'd like to know.
You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting.
I already said I would claim the Mastermind's life, by whatever means necessary.
So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
Don't lose hope now.
I didn't really know my father, so I can't pretend to know what he was thinking. But even if we're just connected by blood, there's one thing I am sure of. He would never want us to abandon Makoto and choose to stay here. I can't explain why exactly. But if I'm sure of anything, I'm sure of that. Just because we don't actually know anything, does that mean we can't understand? Could it be that... No, never mind. So, Makoto, I don't think you wound up at this school because you had good luck or bad luck. I think you came here for a different reason entirely. You came here to bring down the ultimate despair. You came here to confront despair without ever giving up. And if that's true, I think we could call you the ultimate hope. What do you think?
What the
Yeah.
hell are you?
Yeah, that's... It's pretty obvious.
So uncool. Your stupid faces, the stupid things you've said, the stupid way you all treat each other. It's all so uncool, so unhip. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! Lame, 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 lame!
You okay? I'm not any kind of a leader or anything. Hope isn't a talent you develop, but still. I still... Oh boy. It's time for the ass kicking we've all been waiting for. Alright.
You suck. What do you want? So uncool.
You dare to stand against us?
Hope is a joke. Who are you? Your idiocy ends here. You're gross. Suffer from despair.
Oh, they're going fast.
Just love despair. You suck. What do you want? So uncool.
You're unbearable.
Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Would you like to die?
You're gross. Suffer from despair.
Everything is pointless!
Suffer from despair.
Despair despair into tomorrow. Despair.
Hope keeps on going.
Hope keeps on going! Let me check this out. Yeah.
I refuse to give up. I refuse to get bored. I refuse to throw it all away. I refuse to despair. Because all I have going for me is the desire to keep moving forward.
What's going on? What's happening?
Oh shit. I guess I messed up a bit there. Jesus. And 124 coins.
It looks like we've reached the end. I think it may be time to vote.
We just gotta pull the lever, right?
Good. I'm ready to go.
Let's put an end to these trials. Put an end to the killing. With our own hands.
Oh, Junko, how the mighty have fallen. That is it.
The hell?
Indeed.
You've lost, Junko.
I lost?
I lost? Me? No way!
That's just...
It can't be!
You still don't accept it? Even the ultimate despair is herself is vulnerable to the onslaught of despair, it seems.
But no choice. He's trying to fight it now.
Well, that's just... totally the best!
Yeah. Huh?
So this is despair.
This is despair. We came to the school 2 years ago, created our incredibly detailed plan. I even killed my own sister for it.
And now
To come this far and fail at the very end.
true despair.
That's the most ultimate despair.
What are you talking about?
And now I...
Don't you see? I was so hopelessly desperate. I was so bored of the world when I was born. That's why I've been looking forward to this so desperately. This once-in-a-lifetime experience. It is my first and last colossal despair here at the moment of death.
Oh, yeah, I had to check because I actually didn't pay attention to it.
To have the chance to taste the highest grade of despair, the utter failure of my dreams.
True despair.
I am so hopelessly happy right now.
Huh?
Wait, is she enjoying this?
Anyway.
So are you prepared to admit defeat?
You think I care whether I won or lost? Either way, it doesn't change a thing.
Totally the best!
Outside is only despair. Inside is only despair. No matter where you go, despair awaits you.
That's not true!
Not possible.
You're wrong. Huh?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Let me tell you this right now. We no longer fear despair.
Okay.
Because we decided to enter the outside world of hope.
Yeah, Makoto totally seduced us over to his side. Everyone!
Hey,
You said that despair is as contagious as any disease,
however.
but the same is true of hope. All you have to do is look at us and see how true that is. Kyoko!
Stop it! Stop it! I hate those faces you're making! To see those awful looks gives me nothing but pain!
There's one last
Fine. Let me just say one last thing. If you guys want to get all hung up on the word hope, that's no skin off my nose. But just be warned, from this point on, one despair of a nerve will stay in your way.
So depending on this, she's telling this to definitely the crew and everything. I also feel, though, that she's telling this to the audience because there is more Danganronpa after this. There's 3 more. Of course, I only got 1, 2, and 3, and I didn't get the spin-off. But there is more after this.
No matter where you run, no matter where you hide, maybe you'll find some hope. But there's a very fine line dividing that hope from bitter despair. Knowing that, you still plan to cling to your hope?
Of course, because we...
Shut up! That was a rhetorical question. You're interrupting my monologue. I'm almost done though, so whatever. Because it's almost punishment time, right?
It can't be.
Do you really intend to go through this?
That was the agreement, right?
Hold on! It's not like I want you to die. You don't have to.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
What?
How many times do I have to tell you?
The act of living brings me no hope at all. All I want is now is to taste of that despair of death that you only get once in life, so...
Get in my way!
Yep, she's going insane. But if that's what she wants, that's what she wants.
So this is how the despair of death feels. It's so wonderful. Even a tenth of this despair, even 100th. I want every last soul on this planet to taste such despair. I want the entire world to die with that despair in its mouth. Okay, let's do this. I've reserved an extra special punishment for last. Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Yep. Junko has been found guilty. Yep. It is here. The ultimate punishment. The European castle. Yeah. It's everything that has come to of what the game's punishments were. Get 1,000 blows. The cage of death. I'll probably just be quiet. This also is probably one of the more gory ones in terms of blood. In terms of death, it's quick and painful though. Yeah, that's oh god. Whatever. In the end, she leaves that which was attached to her. The only way to get out, but you had to go through her, obviously. Alright. And that's how everything came to an end. The final class trial. Junko Inoshima, the ultimate despair. Life at Hope's Peak Academy. It was all over. Chapter 6. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. Lost to ultimate hope. And what awaits us? The Monokuma hair tie present, which was off of Junko's hair. You want to say data? Yep. Hold on. Alright. Second before we go. But even after saying it was all over, it's not like the building exploded or collapsed on itself or anything. That wasn't the kind of ending waiting for us. Nothing changed. Well, we're going to expect. The air purifiers turned off. Just like Junko said, they shut off immediately. That was the only difference. Goodbye, Despair High School. The epilogue. Yeah. We left the courtroom and made our way to the main hall. We stood in front of the door. Nobody made a sound. I felt almost absent-minded. This was our epilogue before the final ending. We were stuck there in limbo, unmoving, unsure. But, in the end, I finally fucking beat this game again.
Hey.
We can't just stand around like this forever. At some point, we need to leave. To nobody's surprise, it was Kyoko who broke the silence.
Makoto.
Would you do the honors? Okay. As if wakened by Kyoko's words, I took out the object we'd gotten. Up until the moment of her death, it had belonged to Junko, and in the end, she dropped it before us.
So,
And note, I thought she was going to come back in the end. Spoiler alert, she does not. She is fully fucking dead. No more of Junko.
But is that really it? Is that really the key to this door?
Indeed.
You don't have to read into what she said too much to find the answer.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
In other words,
I will force you out. She said that just before dropping it. This song also comes in only... I could be wrong, but so far I only heard it in the ending sequence. It makes sense that would be our way out of here.
But
You never know. Maybe it's actually a switch that's just gonna make the school self-destruct. Oh wait, there's a button here that does this. Makoto, no. I mean, Junko never said specifically that she let us leave here alive.
It's true.
You may be right about that.
Maybe.
Yes.
But even so, it's impossible to think we wouldn't take our chances with it. Yeah, I guess that's true.
There's nothing to worry about.
My beautiful.
If something ever happened to Master, I'd take my scissors and jam myself up. Hey, where's the courtroom? Where's the mastermind? It's all over. We're just about to leave the school. What? Leave? We can go outside? Then that means me and my master can get married? And then he'll give me a little jewel baby?
That's enough.
Please stop. That would be a greater horror than anything I've encountered so far.
Anyway,
Don't worry. I have no doubt that we'll be able to leave her without a problem.
But
It's what happens after we get out that I'm worried about.
But you know, in the end, I think part of me still thinks.
Serious?
Maybe when we get out of here, maybe we'll see that everything she said about the world was a lie. That on the other side of this door is a world as peaceful as we remember. A lie. Peaceful as we remembered. Well, no matter what it looks like, it's still our world. It's where we're meant to live. Yeah, I guess so. And so, how do I put this? Unlike this school, the world is really big, right? Since it's so big, I'm sure there must be despair, no matter what. But there also has to be lots of hope, right?
in other words,
The act of searching for hope, to try and find it, that by itself is the true meaning of hope. As long as you have that hope, you can keep moving forward no matter what trouble you may fall into.
am I wrong?
Is that what you mean, Makoto?
Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it.
I don't need any of you to spell that out for me. You know, Junko mentioned that there were still others out there, but I didn't cast away hope just yet. Well, I don't know. Let's talk. Well, I don't know. That's basically what happens for Danganronpa 2 and Danganronpa 3. There's still people out there. Maybe I should find them and make them work for me. To rebuild the world, we must first rebuild the Tagami dynasty. How can you? I'll follow you anywhere you want to go.
you got it.
Well, my first stop is going to be the closest donut shop. I can figure out the rest from there.
Hey.
And what are you gonna do if there are no more donut shops or donuts?
Okay.
I'll just get some flour and make some myself. If there's no flour, I'll just grow some wheat.
Oh, I get it now. If there's no road, you just gotta build one. Creation. Fate is telling me to remake the world. That's my hope. I've reached the next stage. The next chapter of Yasuhiro Hagakure's life story is about to begin. Thanks, Hina. You totally opened my eyes.
Hey, proposal space buddy, you're seriously creeping me out.
Makoto.
Come on, Makoto. Even if everyone in the outside world is gone, even the world is steeped in despair, as long as I have people like you around, I can face forward and keep moving. If we can get out there and do something, have some sort of impact.
But what can we do? There's so few of us and we're so small. So what can we do? No. We can probably do anything. Yeah, we can do anything!
Well, I guess this is goodbye. And goodbye to Sakura. But hey, if we gotta say goodbye, we may as well do it with a smile on our face.
Hey guys! You guys want your fortunes told anywhere, anytime. You just let me know. I'll be there.
You know how much I hate being annoyed, but if something does come up, you may as well let me know. I can't guarantee I'll actually bother listening, but, you know.
I don't know why, but I have a burning desire to start writing. I might be able to pull it off. A story about Master and me. And the others, I guess.
Jesus Christ.
I can't say I'm sorry about what happened, but still, it does feel kind of strange.
I'm sorta attached to you, Makoto.
I really don't know what to say. I guess we graduated?
Ah, Makoto at the butt. It looks like hope really is spreading. As long as I never give up. I have to push even harder. I'm going to keep moving forward with hope in my heart. Since I have hope, I can show courage. Since I have hope, I can move ahead. The world can move ahead. He like pushes the white buttons. Everyone just dies. The door begins to open. With my hands, with our hands, hope and despair mingled together, opening the door to the future. We have passed an hour. Alright, this will probably be the longest video of the Danganronpa series. Yeah, that's it. That's what happens. There is nothing after that, but yeah. Thank fucking God. Oh my God. I am very annoyed at what happened during the initial thought of doing this. Y'all would have had seen some better reactions if it weren't for what happened for the thing. Yeah, to base it off in the end, my PC had hardware problems, or hard drive problems. I couldn't record any longer. I had to basically find something else to help me out. But nothing was happening out. Yeah. So, in terms of things that are kind of like to go into heart, yeah, that's Danganronpa. And I won't say much. I'm saving that for the closing thoughts for what my feelings on what the game had to offer. But I will say one thing. This game definitely has its problems. I love it, and I can forgive it for being the first game in its series to have issues as such. That's usually each game. The first game in the series is always probably going to have some problems. But yeah, in general speaking, this game definitely had some rough parts on writing. There's tons of contradictions to like the actual story, and sometimes it felt very well. It felt like it was dragging on at some point, especially at some of the cases and trials, and things just seemed dumbfounded. But I will save all my like feelings for that. That's just like me just explaining them, but the specific details will come in. In other words, this game definitely was the start of a big series. I haven't played the other two, mainly because I was saving my time to do this. But generally speaking, I had a very fun time. And I'm probably going to figure out for myself, but I want to know if Negiri is canon, actually. I know Negami's not, but I want to know if it's canon. If it's canon, then, well, holy shit. It was pretty much predictable, but wow. That's what indeed happened. Because, like, at some point, it got pretty obvious that Makoto and Kyoko were going to like each other in the end of things. And while I do think there could have been some better things that you could have added, like not kill Sayaka off immediately, try to make something in space for her, as in like a troublemaker. Becca and Hiro, definitely favorite characters of mine too, or really cool characters of mine. Now there was also characters I didn't really like. Generally speaking, the characters I wasn't really interested into was Hifumi Yamada, Celeste Ludenberg. I liked how she is, but her personality is not in my favoritism. Tiny Hands, Leon, and Chihiro. Definitely the characters I'm like, whatever. But like, as in some of the characters, Makoto, Kyoko, Becca, and Hiro, and Aoi, definitely favorites. And yeah, maybe some even be like supremely amazing. Junko also as well, as much as like we didn't get to see much of her, and as much as we didn't get to see much of Mukuro really in general. Yeah, generally speaking, one of my more relapse moments. I wish Kiyotaka didn't die so early on, but he faced death. I was pretty surprised at the people who were gonna survive. Like, generally speaking, I predicted that Sakura was gonna die. Oh yeah, that scene. I didn't suspect fucking Mondo to die so quickly though. Like, out of most things, that was definitely the character I was most surprised that died. In terms of other things, yeah, I had a very enjoyable time with this game. And while it probably won't be my favorite of the series, because hearing what the second and third one have in store, I think one of those two will probably become my favorite out of the series. But yeah, Danganronpa 1 is not a bad game. It is a very good start. And obviously, you know, it's definitely not as, from what I've heard, not going to be as creepy as what the next two are going to be. Like, this one is just like, oh, it's whatever, because it's the first game, obviously. Yeah. Anyways, overall, That's Danganronpa and Spike Chunsoft for bringing this great series. Now, of course, it's not the end of the playthrough, since we still have the bonus and the closing thoughts left. And oh yeah, there's this scene.
Interesting. Things are getting very interesting indeed. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not a teddy bear. I am Monokuma. And I am this school's headmaster.
Yeah, there's definitely gonna be another character that comes in play, but I'm supposing that's saved for the second game. You see the Easter egg present. That's what happens when you beat the game. You want to save your thing. So yeah, but like I said, I'm confirming it with y'all. Junko is fully dead. Junko is dead. There's nothing else that can be said about it. I think there's definitely gonna be a different character that really, unless I could be wrong. But yeah, overall, we're gonna save here. And yeah. Oh shit. What's this? Well, scratch that, I guess. I did not know this was a thing. Oh god. Well, I guess starting next session, I guess I'll be doing this. I have no clue what it is. I'll save it for later. But yeah, thank y'all so much for coming by. I'm very glad that I got this fucking game finished in time. I didn't want to play it a second time. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I really didn't want to, but it happened. You know, I wanted to go through this game on the first run and then get finished with it. But yeah, and then I had to redo it all over again. Well, not all of it over again, just like a certain part, because I didn't have to do the first trial again. But yeah, thank y'all so much for coming by. It's been a lovely thing. I gotta go take a shit. Thank y'all so much for coming by. Peace, peeps.